I wake up the next morning and I get a call, find out that they had went back to South Florida, my stepmom and all my siblings, and at that point I was very upset because I didn't know why. So my grandfather took me to the house where they were living, and we went to go get the stuff that they had left there that was mine. But suddenly I realized the stuff that wasn't important to me when I was little, the drawings that my little sister wrote of me and her together, that wasn't very important to me when we were together, suddenly became so special to me. When I went to go see it, all the dolls and stuff I had to get, it was very emotional for me. But when I got it, it healed me at the same time. So when I got all their stuff out of the house, at that point, I wasn't thinking about anything else but where my dad was. So I asked my mom for a while, where is he, what's going on, but no one would tell me. So I'd realized that something was going on because I'd talked to my sisters and they wouldn't tell me what was going on. They were really short with me. So after a while, I finally called my stepmom and demanded her to tell me where my dad was. And she told me that he was in prison and he wasn't going to be out for a long, long time. And that crushed me. I was very upset. I didn't know. He's been in and out of jail since I was a baby. So when I heard that, it really crushed me and it really got to me. But at that point, I was a different person. I wasn't the outgoing Jessica that everybody knew. I was then on very shy, very antisocial. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I went to school and I had to go to counseling because I was so quiet and my teachers didn't understand why I was acting weird like that. So at that point, I also had a lot of anger inside me. I blamed my mom for everything. I wouldn't talk to her for a long time, and I blamed her for all my issues, and I thought it was all her fault, and I blamed other kids for my issues. I was very mean, and had a lot of anger in me, and I wouldn't talk to anybody. And after a while, I started to not have so much faith in God. I kind of looked at him and I said, if you really loved me as a daughter, you wouldn't do this to me. So I kind of stopped being, I kind of shut him out of my life. I didn't want him to be around me, and I didn't want to have nothing to do with anybody at that point. But Danielle and them, and Eddie and them, at that point, they took me in and they let me be with them, and they showed me love again, and they showed me that bad things happen, but that's part of life, and that God's always here for you. And my mom always told me, bad things are going to happen, but God's always there for you to help you go through things, and no matter how bad it is, he's always there. And I realized to myself that God is there for me and that he has to be, because he wouldn't have put Danielle and Eddie and all of them in my life if it wasn't meant to be. And yeah, my dad's not around, but obviously it was for a reason. So at that point, I started coming to this church. They started coming to this church, and this church has changed me a lot. I love Pastor Jeff. He's really cool, and every Sunday I'm so excited to come here. I'm always like, yes, church is coming. And God has just changed me from then on. I'm still kind of shy, but I've learned to look at God as something good, and that he's done something in my life to change something, and everything's for a reason. And my mom is here today, and I'm really happy that she's here. And I just wanted to share this one thing with you, that God's my Redeemer, and for that is he's ready to catch me when I fall, and ever attentive to my call, dying for me upon the cross, erasing away all my dross, encouraging each step I take, editing then for my sake, everlasting, ever answering all my prayers. Redeemer loves me and he cares. So that's what I wanted to share today, and I also wanted to share that thank you guys for helping me get up here and for helping me come to church every day, and how excited I am to be here once again, and thank you.